So what can we expect with meme coins for the rest of this crypto cycle? I'm going to go through that in this video. I'm going to talk about where I think we are in terms of the market cycle. And you can see everything's dumping at the moment in cryptocurrency. But some of the signs we're seeing are the same signs we see in every single cycle. So let's get straight into it. And by the way, if you've been enjoying my videos and finding them helpful, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Recently, I did an altcoin video, so make sure you check that out on the channel. Obviously, it depends whether you're trading altcoins if you're interested, but it's in this particular one where I talk about certain patterns we see, and also just generally how many coins we have this cycle compared to previous ones. So I think a lot of traders will find that helpful, so check that out. That's my recent video from a few days ago, and make sure you follow me on Twitter as well. This on, I think it was January 29th, I posted this talking about 37 million crypto coins today, but I talked a lot about meme coins there too and how I think we're going to go. But let's dive into that right now and where we are in the cycle. So I've got loads of old watch lists. I'm sure you have them too. What's very, very helpful, even if you're in no positions right now, which I hope most of you are, most of you won't be holding any meme coins. You'll be trench trading. So you'll be looking for new opportunities, flipping those meme coins, moving on to the next one. That's what you should be doing, especially right now. Now, some of you might be bag holding old coins. Some of you will be new viewers to my channel. Obviously, I highly recommend anytime you cut your losses and you look to move on fast to a new meme coin, you never ever hold meme coins long term, because obviously all of them trend towards zero. Now, with a lot of these famous popular ones, you can see they've gone through their hype cycles already. So if I click on any of these, like we'll have a look at Ava, we'll have a look at Fartcoin as well. Let's scroll down, have a look at Weifu. Even on other platforms, for example, when Hyperliquid was popular, we'll have a look at that too. So the thing with meme coins, we know already that they all have a cycle. They go up and then they go down and trend towards zero. The thing is, where the peak comes in to some of them that go over 100 million, we don't know. But we do know that when the peak is in, it's kind of difficult from there. And I've discussed this on many, many other videos, but the signs always you're looking for are lower highs and then corrective three-wave moves upwards every time. Three-wave moves. And you can see that many, many times here. And this coin, you know that as soon as we broke this support and pullback at 160, it's really struggling. Because as I mentioned on previous videos, but I know some of you are new, you don't really want to drop more than 618 level, so 60%. That's kind of like the absolute maximum. Preferably 40%, but 60% is the maximum. When you start getting 80, 90% dips, and I see everybody on Twitter aping into these dips, it's madness. And clearly these people haven't been trading meme coins long enough. When you've been trading them long enough, you know that once the hype cycle is over with these, it's very, very, very difficult to turn that ship around. Especially given the gajillions of coins we have launching all the time and throughout this cycle. How are we going to get enough money to pump all of these coins all the way back up to highs when so much money is being extracted with these coins, especially at the tops? There's only limited, look at the liquidity, there's only limited for each of these coins anyway. And some of them, they'll go through an initial cycle, a peak, pushback, and another one. And I've mentioned many times that I think for the older coins, the kind of peak for those happened around 20th November, just a few weeks after Trump came into power. And with the AI meme coins, it was more like mid-January. We had some late ones too, and I'll show you them right now. So for example, Fartcoin was one of the latest ones to top. So if you have a look at Fartcoin, again, this is just basic TA, just looking at a chart, move all the drawings, and just see where we hit a clear peak. And the thing was, after that peak, we had a very, very impulsive, what we call a five-wave move down, and very, very weak retracements back up. So as soon as you're breaking these support levels, these key levels, you're struggling. And as soon as 1.5 was taken out, we're in big trouble. And then it's obvious from there, but not to everybody. Not to everybody, because people are still aping into this. And like, what are you doing? Like, you zoom out, and this doesn't look in any way like any kind of bullish chart. Now remember, like with any of these, it's a probability game. It's just chance. And all I'm saying is when the price is here and it starts to move up again and it stopped here, it stopped dipping here, the probability of it making a run maybe to all-time highs and stuff is okay. It's like a 50-50, maybe even a bit higher, a bit lower. But once it starts breaking key levels, like, and it drops below 1 billion, the probability is going so low now that for this to U-turn and then suddenly run to 5 billion. I don't even know if even Trump shilled this and Musk if it would have enough strength to do that. That's how bad it is. Like, we're talking 1% or lower. So all you're doing as a trader is you're playing with probabilities. That's all. It doesn't matter if you're short-term trading, long-term trading. That's all you're doing. And I know like a lot of you will have limited budgets, but I know a lot of you are whales as well who watch my channel. You have bigger budgets and you're happy to ape in 5 figures or more into some of these coins. But you have to be careful too, because a lot of these are not going to pump again. And we've seen that on the older coins. So let's discuss that. Random old coins, like a lot of these are cat coins. And if you have a look at some of these, so we've got some of these are reasonably well-known names like Sigma. We've got Michi here. What else should we have a look at? We'll have a look at Monkey Haircut, was a funny one. Melon Dog, which is popular, but I say back in the day almost because it was so long ago. And Michi, where's the peak? There, around the 20th of November. I've already got it marked off because I must have looked at these charts. I go through all of these charts again and again, all the charts. And funnily enough, that was actually a lower high compared to the May high. So that was actually, it actually printed a lower high there. So extremely bearish. So this is done beyond done, this coin. This is not even up for debate or discussion. And it wasn't done now. It was done here, around here. As soon as it's starting to push up again and I'm failing that, and it's very impulsive. If you're seeing strong red candles move down, that's an impulsive move. If you see green candles go up, but then you get mixed candles sideways, then that could be what we call a continuation pattern. So setting up for continuation of that initial move. That's the move. That's where we're continuing. If you're seeing solid red candles coming down, then the prevailing trend is down, and the sideways movement back up is actually correction up. That's called a dead cat bounce, which means it's gonna dump further. And all we've had is dead cat bounces. So this was obvious way before. Like, this is not anything new. Sigma's very obvious way before. This actually topped even before 20th. This was on the 9th, 10th of November. So massive impulsive selling down. And when you sell off that much, you don't recover from that. You can't go back to 24 million and then expect this to turn and run to 500 million. Don't work that way. And what did I talk about in terms of corrective movements? Look at that. That's not impulsive at all. It's overlapping, complex kind of three-wave move basically. This is what impulsive price action looks like, just to show you the difference. So you notice here when we were bullish, green candles going up, strong green candles, and sideways going down. That's what you want. You don't want strong candles going down and sideways going up. That's the difference. Again, these are hard to spot. You need a bit more experience to understand market structure like this. That's okay. Just basically look at price. Like, how far are we dropping here? Here we should like 40%. Like, if we're really pumping and stuff like that, you don't see coins. I'll show you like trending coins. You don't see them dip more than 40%. Here we dip way more. So we're going to talk about newer coins now. Coins that have launched recently, but let's look at one or two final ones. Because a lot of these, this is the thing that again, people don't realize. Why are you trading like absolute rubbish like this that actually didn't even make new highs in this next round, this Trump round of meme coins, this Trump round pump? So these were the ones that topped in March and May. So they just barely retraced back 50% up all-time highs. It's completely dead rubbish coins. So these were done before. So what am I saying? Well, in this entire cycle, you have to think back to October, November. That's when bonk was starting to run and topping and stuff. And then we had a peak March, a little peak for meme coins in May as well. We came down, and then we had an October and November 20th peak. So these were things like GOAT, if you remember, Mudang, stuff like that. And then a lot of the older meme coins that still had a bit of legs kind of topped here with, I think, may have wicked all-time high here, just stuff like that. And then we had AI coins. So we're having this kind of cycle, which means we can potentially, with the right meta and stuff and the right pump, we can get another one in certain meme coins. But these are going to be new meme coins. I repeat, new meme coins. And only a select couple of the old ones. And very likely those old ones are only going to be from this last pump. Not the things that were pumping. I wish I had a different color pen. Let's see if we can try this one. So the stuff that already pumped in March, May. And you don't need to, remember, you don't need to do TA, open a chart. If you see the price is high in March, May 2024, go away, stay away from it. If you see it did a price high in October or November, go away, straight away from it. If you see it did a price high in January, then yeah, keep it on your watch list, keep an eye. And if it hasn't sold off too much, and we get another run with meme coins, then a couple of select few of these ones are going to do well as well. And you're going to get new ones. And this protects you as well, because if the cycle, I think we're going to obviously top in 2025. Now, obviously I've made arguments in my other videos where some altcoins I think I've topped already. Now, obviously a lot of the people who are bull posting all the time on Twitter and YouTube and getting you excited are saying the opposite to what I'm saying. Listen to who you want, but I've been through cycles and I don't need to shill to my audience anything that's how can I describe it, positive just for the sake of being positive or because I've got stuff to sell. Like, I don't need to do that. I'd rather just be honest with you. And to be honest, when I think the time is we're done, I'm just going to say, look, I think we're done. I always hope I'm wrong and stuff like that, but I'm going to tell you that because it's just the truth. There's no point you guys getting burnt if you're watching my videos. Other people watching other people's videos, yeah, fine, they can buy dips and get burnt, but you guys shouldn't be in any of these old coins, because I've warned you many times. All these coins are going to zero. Get out. You should have stop losses anyway. After 10-20% of the drop, you should be far away from some of these coins. So let's talk about the brand new ones, because we're getting another problem with some of the new launches. This is Jelly, and this is a typical new launch coin right now. And the problem right now is this. We're getting a lot of charts that as soon as they launch, the pump lasts an hour or two, and then it's a dump from there. But remember, because you know that's the chart now, you know you shouldn't touch these coins. These coins that run over 10-20 mil, you shouldn't touch them if they're hyped, if they're from big Twitter accounts and stuff like that, because this is an extraction zone right now. And basically, if you can get in the first couple of hours and trade it, do it. But you must trade it with stop loss. You must be active. You must be watching the chart, and you must be taking profits. Must. Because when you really dial into this, so let's have a look at this now and get on to a 1 minute chart. When I first saw this, and this all the slightly sketchy launches, they tend to happen when Europe's all asleep, and I'm in Europe, so I completely missed this one, obviously, because it's launching around midnight my time, and it peaked literally 2 in the morning, and that was it. It was done. Now, when they go up this soon, this fast, it's always worrying. For many reasons. A lot of insider trading on this one, in my opinion. But also the other problem is they could be artificially pumping the price as well by artificially buying into it, really pushing it high. And then it's just extraction while it's going sideways. The big players are just selling. And then it's been dipping ever since. And they might be doing work on this coin and doing this and that and stuff. But the coin's done. It's dead. Like, remember, I told you, when it dips this much, we're done. It's very hard to recover. It didn't even make an attempt to recover, like no bounces, no nothing. So you stay away from these. But there's going to be more like this. There's going to be more over the coming couple of weeks that literally hype launches, maybe from larger CT accounts and stuff like that. Web 2, Web 3, whatever. You'll hear all kind of BS on the timeline on Twitter, for example, about how meme coins are going to change the world and everybody should have a meme coin. Ignore all of that rubbish. It's just a meme coin at the end of the day. Now, you can tokenize a meme coin, you can add utility to it. That's why I like the AI meme coins, some of them with the platforms where you needed a certain number of coins and then you could use a tool or something like that. That's fine. Like, that's a separate thing that they're trying to do there. That works as well to a certain extent. But these meme coins where it's just a name based on a large audience or following, that's trouble. And that's where you get this massive run up and then forever selling off afterwards. So now, what do you need to do? Well, with your filters, I suggest using something like this. So if you go on filters on Deck Screener, for example, and then I'll show you how to kind of trade. Set up market cap minimum like 190, 200. So it's not a completely dead coin already. That's why I'm putting that. And I put 230 because literally some of these go so high, you might miss them if you put something like 250. And a little bit of liquidity, 24-hour transactions, put something like 1200, 3 hours for a pair of age. We could put slightly more. 4, but I'm trying to put as little as possible because there's no point seeing a coin now after 6 hours because it might be done already. And then here I put Radium as the DEX. That's the main DEX for Solana, and click apply, and you should only get a few coins. Now obviously all of them are going to show that they're up a lot in 24 hours, but ignore that. We're looking at market caps and we're looking at volumes. That's all we care about, these two, market caps and volumes. And then here you can click on the ones with profile, and you know, you have to just quickly check through them. Some of them are still going to be scams and stuff like that. Have a quick look through them, and the way you want to do it is click on any of them. For example, I think this one I was researching before, Little Birdie Bot, it looked alright. It looked like it was an actual tool being created for pump.fun. Go on the Twitter, have a look through the Twitter, see what it's all about, check for bundles, use Trench Radar. I show you that in previous videos. It's Telegram bot. I'll try and link it below as well. Just make sure it's not bundle launch. See if you can find some setups, but then you're watching the screen. And actually these types of ones, like, who knows whether this run, it could have topped already. But these ones with a more organic launch that over the first couple of hours just slowly grinds up to 1 and then grinds up to 5, it's a much better opportunity for traders. The ones that win 1 hour go straight to 100, they're like extremely dangerous because you could be getting them at 20-30 mil market cap and you don't know if that's it or if it's going to pump more. Risk or reward is difficult there. Another learning point, especially if you're new, and cement this in the back of your head. Literally write it down on a piece of paper, nail it to your screen if you need to. Literally get a nail. But 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. These are the places where everybody takes profits, and these are very likely could be tops. So already this hit 1 million and it's struggling. And if it keeps struggling and gets too low, remember I told you, if it starts retracing too much, like 60% or more, start getting very nervous. That could be the forever top of this coin. And if it's not that, it'll be 5. And if it's not that, 10, and then 20. And then obviously we're looking much higher, 50, kind of 80, 75, 85 million, then 100 and stuff like that. Those tend to be the common targets. And you've seen it on, well, if you've been following me, you've seen this on hundreds of coins before. If you cement them in the back of your head, you already know what you're doing. You know if this breaks 1 and kind of pulls back to 1, then buy at 1 million and it's a good entry point. And then 1 to 5, there's not like that much resistance. It's not crazy. So it has a bit of a smoother ride. But then we know any time it gets to 4.55, yeah, you're going to get crazy selling. Everybody's going to want to take profits and stuff. You should be taking profits too. Yeah, you'll get a pullback. Then if it still has a lot of buying pressure, it may or may not do. We don't have a crystal ball. It may or may not do after that. Because remember, these are breaking into all-time highs now. There's nothing to analyze, right? It's just clear space. Then if it gets buying pressure, then you have to assume it'll try and get to the next one. And I just do that. I just trade these smaller ones in stages and see if it's broken 5, it's probably going to get to the next one. So write those down. They're very, very important. It's 1, 5, 10, and 20. There are intermediate ones like 2.5, but they're less important. Yes, you sometimes see tops there, but it's less important. Let's have a look at another one. So back on this, you can see there's only a few here to go through. Market cap, nothing really doing anything. And this is another one. It's called Buck of Musk. I mean, boom. To be honest, this looks like a scam coin. Always look at the volume. So have a look at that. I mean, obviously this will show up as a scam in all of the other bots and stuff we use anyway. But look at that. It's just not organic, is it? Because you see the volume all completely equal the entire way through. So obviously it's a scam, and it's a well overdone meme concept anyway. Book off whatever things. Occasionally old coins, they get a pump too, and obviously you can see the new coins here on NeoVision. A link in description below if you want to use Bullex. Is by far the best trading bot to use for trading meme coins. These are the ones that graduated. I've shown you graduation techniques before, so if you want to get in a little bit earlier, maybe at 150k market cap, and run that up to 1 million like some of these coins I've just shown you have done, that's very good multiples as well. This trench area of meme coins, I don't think is going anywhere, because I've explained many times, you only need a tiny bit of liquidity to get these coins to pump. And when the market's quiet, there's less people launching coins, so there's less coins being launched, but the percentage that graduate, 1.2 to 1.8%, kind of stays consistent. And I've been checking the stats on that with pump.fun. So there's always little opportunities there anyway. And here on the left, if you come to explore, you can see trending coins. That includes older coins as well that might still be trending and doing well. So you could have a look at those and see if there's an opportunity there. And I use different filters for that. So you can set up your filters for that too. But overall, these old coins, you shouldn't be going anywhere here. This is another one I just talked about before. Melon Dogs, another one which I really like and I made good money on all the way back in March though. And it ran all the way to 29. Now, it was threatening something as a breakout here, but it didn't go anywhere. It barely got to 10. But where did it actually get to? 10, exactly 10. Like, it's either going to exactly go to around 5, pull back and stuff, or 10, or if it broke through that, it will go to 20 and it would completely fail. So that's kind of those are the common ones. Obviously, you've got these intermediates like 30 and stuff like that, but these are the common ones. But as soon as you saw that and it was struggling, you're gone, out, run away. You don't need to hold and take the entire 99% loss, for God's sake. Don't do that. You don't need to do that. Always cut your losses. It's extremely rare some of these suddenly wake up and start pumping in. Extremely rare. The only way is if they're related in any way to politics and something political suddenly happens that would make that coin more popular for some reason. So I hope you've taken on board some of the warnings there in this video. Just be careful, stick to your strategy, stick to short-term trading only right now, stick to new launch coins. Those have the momentum, those have a little bit of liquidity, that's all they need, and they can get pumps. either straight off Neo Vision, so only about to graduate or graduated, and look for the ones that just run to 1 million. And that's your little zone there. That's your spot. So you're literally just, I want to get in at 200k, sell at a million. Get in at 200k, sell at a million. And some will run to a million, many won't. You just try that. And then the other way is, like I've just shown you, you're looking at the ones that are around 1 million, could become a more established coin, and trying to see if you can flip them to 5 or 10. And if you get any more, you're lucky. And if you're buying them at 2, 3, that's fine too, and you can run. And I had a few of those this week. That's completely fine too. Those are working. Those are completely fine. Again, stay very, very far away from older coins that had their runs. Doesn't matter what people are saying on Twitter. Doesn't matter who the community is. Ignore all of that. How can community matter so much if there are a gajillion coins? Like, who's managing, maintaining all these communities? Are you really in all of these communities, chit-chatting to people and bull posting all over Twitter? I don't think so. Hope that helps. Thanks for listening.